Hello, my name is Luci Christian. I play Jinpei the Swallow in Gatchaman, in case you hadn't already heard.
Well, I'm fortunate, and that's really true. But I auditioned with everybody. In fact, Gatchaman was a really cool title for us because its reputation preceded it. So many people have already heard of Battle of the Planets and everything, and it was there was a buzz about it in the corridors, out in the green room, and because Charlie was coming in. And we had not worked with him before. Everybody was excited about, trying to be in on, number one, the cool show, and the show that would run a long time, and get to work with Charlie. And so everybody auditioned, as far as I know. And that was kind of another cool thing, too, was knowing that you were sort of auditioning against people that maybe you hadn't, been up against or sort of been just really neat. There's this huge talent pool that kind of came out. I remember my audition, I was late, and I was just like, oh man, this is not the best thing to do, to make friends with a new person, but it was really fun. It was a fun audition. I remember thinking the show was so much fun. I totally dug the whole 70s vibe from the get-go. I didn't care who I would be, just as long as I got to be somebody in it, and so yeah, I just read along with everybody else, and voila! Here I am. Well, I watched the first disc last night, and I think it's sort of an amalgam of the nostalgia. It's the same kind of feeling you get, I got, when I saw movies like Almost Famous that makes you think of this time, this whole time period when we were little. And our attention spans weren't constantly being challenged by hard edits and all this kind of stuff. Great music. Like from the get-go, I was just totally enamored of the music, and I don't know, it's just really a fun watch. And I love the fact so far. I was just saying that I love that the way the show is dubbed is honoring sort of the 70s time period. Sort of honoring what it is. Not trying to make it too smooth, not trying to update it or make it something it's not, and doing it really well, doing it with humor, and I don't know, I just think it's exceptional. I think it's a really fun show. Well, Jinpei is a very complex character. I mean, you can tell from the outset just because he's been drawn to be so, complex. I have to admit, the first time that I saw him, and I think the direction was, we're looking for kind of a funny little boy, odd little boy, and when I saw him, I was just kind of like, oh no, I don't know what to do with that. But as we go along, I was saying I watched the first volume last night, and I can even tell that since then, he's a lot more, he's got a lot more levels. He's so much fun because he gets to be a little boy and every now and then be petulant and all of the things that little boys are, and then he also gets to be kind of his fighter self and make discoveries and grow up and be tough, and so it's just really fun. He just has, really the sky's the limit in playing a character like this. I'm not really bound by much, so it's great. Freedom. That's kind of one of the cool things is since he's the youngest member, he's doing that, you guys don't understand me, I gotta be independent kind of thing that we all did. Some of us still do every now and then. And, goes off and tries to find Galactor on his own and bring him down, which, why shouldn't he be able to? And sure, I can see that definitely happening more. I mean, I think that one of the other points of the show, or one of the other things that this series is about, is obviously teamwork and how they all kind of, it's a team, the Science Ninja team. And when you take away a member of the team, or if you try to do it on your own, at some point you're going to need to be bailed out, you're going to be held captive by some alien, huge turtle, cockroach flying thing, and you'll need help. So I would assume that he'll probably be bailed out in the near future. Oh, what life experiences, what method do I use to channel Jinpei? I would imagine that, I mean, I don't know, I can't see me, you can. I imagine I make a pretty dorky face when I'm doing his voice. Because when I do him, when you do a lot of roles, you really have to think about, I think about a certain vocal placement, a certain place in my head that he sort of lives. And I have a perimeter in there. And pretty much, I mean, I go off of, I've always loved kids, and especially boys. I spent most of my life growing up mostly around boys because my dad's a football coach. And as we would move, the guys would be the first people I'd meet in town. And which didn't always make me popular with the other girls. But I've just always sort of, for whatever reason, had sort of an easy connection with the male mindset a little, I would like to think. And so I don't know, I just kind of let that play with Jinpei. And also, I mean, Charlie is very good about letting us have freedom and encouraging us to, every now and then